it's okay to use it as long as people understand it is, something that is a separate resource altogether. And we, like anyone else, we don't want students to completely turn in a project that has originated from ChatGPT. It is only one of many sources that we want students to be able to learn how to research, how to solve problems, and we don't want them to become dependent on artificial intelligence. That is only a tool in their toolbox.
You're listening to the smartsocial.com podcast. I'm your host, Josh Ochs. This is our District Talk segment where we interview district leaders to learn how they're keeping students safe on social media so those students can someday shine online. Now, let's get back to the interview.
Hello, I'm Roland Hernandez. I'm Superintendent of Schools for the Corpus Christi Independent School District, which is located on the southern side of Texas. On the coast, we have 34,000 students with 57 schools, serving students in pre-K age 3 through grade 12.
My name is Rick Surrency. I'm the elected superintendent of the Putnam County School District in Florida, located in the northeast corner of Florida, about 50 miles south of Jacksonville. We have 10,000 students and 13 schools.
How is your school district approaching ChatGPT?
Well, many of our other districts around us, we talk to districts all the time about what they're doing and how they're dealing with new things. And ChatGPT is actually a topic that we are talking about both locally and at the state and national level, because it is something that is it's going to be something very challenging for all of our school districts. But right now, we have limited information on how ChatGPT can impact our schools and our students. So we continue to have to maintain our cybersecurity with our own school districts, because we're not really certain how this might impact us as far as people accessing information, whether it be secure or not. There's a lot more that we don't know than we do right now. And, just trying to understand and how to navigate things like, are students using this to cheat? Are they accessing certain information that may not be, safe for them? So again, that is something that we are looking at and making sure that we navigate. But I think ChatGPT is something that is going to be with us for a long time. And I think this past week, we heard from people like Steve Wozniak and Elon Musk, who have actually come out and expressed some concerns about the use of that and about us hitting the pause button. So that kind of gave me some concerns right there. But right now, I talked to my IT director today, and we're looking at this every single day to make sure that we are on top of it.
So it isn't something that's too familiar with everybody here in the district. We're just learning more about it. You hear a lot of positives, and so we like to hear that. It has not really made its way into our school system at all. I think what we're really trying to do as leaders in education is better understand what it is, what are the capabilities with it, and if it is something that is going to be promoted within the district, how do we make that look for our teachers and our students?
Are there any positive use cases that you've heard from students around ChatGPT?
Well, I think I've talked to some students, and actually I've talked to some adults who have actually used that to kind of brainstorm and generate some ideas that they otherwise could not do. And I think it really is a great tool if it's used in the right manner. And I think it just generates a lot of original ideas. I had one of my staff members, actually, I gave her a project I needed her to work on, and she immediately went to ChatGPT, and it provided a list of topics that we could use. We are actually, coincidentally, Josh, we're going to be doing a podcast from my district with me and some guests. And my staff member was actually able to use ChatGPT to create some topics that we could provide in our podcast.
Well, from students, their perspective is going to be that this really helps them create work in a lot of ways that maybe is above and beyond what they might have normally come up with themselves. And we have played with it some too at our level, just with different activities. It is pretty amazing, to tell you the truth, if someone hasn't become familiar with it and what it's capable of doing. even for adults who've been doing this 30 plus years, you're just left in, wow, where did this come from? And, where is this going to go? And that is exactly where it is. Because it's so new, you have students, you have adults just really digging in and wanting to learn more. But as far as an impact, I don't think we're there yet.
With regards to ChatGPT, are you changing any of your techniques for grading students and the types of assignments being used in the classroom in your school district?
Right now, we have not had that discussion, but I think that, my thinking right now, and again, this is the early stages, but I believe that students need to be able to cite whatever information they use. And again, especially if it's something from ChatGPT, I've heard other educational institutions have, used it where it is considered a separate source. And if you're going to use any kind of source, you need to be able to cite that. That's kind of where I'm leaning right now. It's okay to use it as long as people understand it is, something that is a separate resource altogether. And we, like anyone else, we don't want students to completely turn in a project that has originated from ChatGPT. It is only one of many sources that we want students to be able to learn how to research, how to solve problems, and we don't want them to become dependent on artificial intelligence. That is only a tool in their toolbox.
At this time, no. We are not making any adjustments. Again, this is something that's so new to administrators, teachers, and students themselves. But at any point that we do decide that this is going to be promoted or used in any way, then those adjustments have to be made at that time.
Thanks for listening to our smartsocial.com podcast. I'm your host, Josh Ochs. This was our District Talk segment where we interview school district leaders to learn how they're keeping students safe on social media so those students can someday launch into their future by shining online. This episode was brought to you by our smartsocial.com VIP program. It's called the Very Informed Parent Program, which helps you engage your students with teen-led video lessons. Stay one step ahead with our premium parent newsletter and discover hidden features on trending apps on teens' phones and our 54 plus live parent and student-friendly events every single year. You can click on the link below to chat with one of our team members if you want a free pass to our VIP program to support your community with our smartsocial.com resources. And if you're a district leader who has a success story, we would love to feature you on a future episode. You can click the links below to reach out. Thanks so much for listening, and we look forward to seeing you on the next episode. Have a great day.